Alright, so I've got another recent get to share with you guys, and this is something I picked up over the weekend, and it's something I've wanted for many years. What is it? Well, let's take a look. Well, here it is, the GRiD laptop. Now, I've wanted one of these for many years, but they've always been really expensive. In fact, I remember checking eBay 10, 15 years ago, just kind of browsing at old portables because I've always been fascinated with these things. And now this laptop may be familiar to some of you. It's been in a couple of movies, the most notable being the scene in Aliens that was deleted from the theatrical release that shows these computers controlling the robotic guns.
A and B guns.
Now, while these were extremely expensive when they were new, they've held their value pretty well, and they're still relatively expensive today. And there's a pretty good reason for this. These never really saw a lot of success in the consumer market. Now, where these did see success was in the business market and in field use. So military operations, even NASA used these computers in the 1980s. One thing that's really cool about these laptops is I've owned many old portables like this over the years, and this has the highest build quality of any laptop of that era that I've ever seen. This case is entirely made out of magnesium, and it is extremely rigid and durable, and also very heavy. The laptop hinge, the hinge for the display, actually feels like you're shutting a bank vault. I mean, it is a very well constructed machine. There are a number of models that GRiD produced. This particular one is the GRiD Case 2, which is an IBM compatible. It's got an 8086 processor inside. The original GRiD actually was not IBM compatible. It ran its own OS, although it did have an 8086 processor. The later models, such as these, were IBM compatible. This does have MS-DOS 3.2 installed on a traditional hard disk. However, if we pop this cover off here, another cool feature of this laptop is you have ROM sockets. Now, these ROM sockets allow you to install EEPROMs, and you can install various different applications. I'm not really sure what format these have to be in to work. Any of you guys that have had these before who may know the answer to that, please let me know in the comments below. But my understanding is if you don't have a hard disk, or maybe there's some way you can configure to boot from ROM versus a hard disk, you can install an operating system here. Now, this keyboard here is a joy to type on. It's a shame this computer is not really usable for any modern tasks because this keyboard is really nice. It's not a traditional mechanical IBM Model M style keyboard. The keys are a little spongier than that, but it's still got a really nice feel to it. There's absolutely no give on this keyboard whatsoever, even around the bezel. This is all magnesium. Other than this faceplate here that covers the ROMs, the faceplate for the screen, the bezel here around the keyboard, this is all magnesium. So it's a very high quality constructed machine. In fact, the Challenger disaster, after the Challenger disaster, the laptops were recovered and were still functioning. So that's a pretty good testament to how durable these are. Now, one thing I always do whenever I get an old computer like this is I always take them apart, even if they work, and check for batteries, because I've seen computers that do work and you take them apart and the battery is just leaked all over the motherboard. In some cases, it's beyond repair. Fortunately, that wasn't the case here. There was a battery, however, it had not started to leak yet. Surprisingly, though, the battery does hold a charge, and it's got a 1986 date code stamp on it, which is impressive. So for 30 years, this battery has been holding a charge and still continues to hold a charge because this laptop will not boot without a working battery. And the hard drive makes that awesome spin-up noise that you just don't hear anymore. In fact, I'd mentioned this on my Facebook page. I think modern SSDs should have a small speaker in there just to emulate that sound. So we'll kind of poke around here on the hard drive, and I don't really have much installed. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to get data to this right now. I don't have a floppy disk drive because this model does have the hard disk installed. So the only thing that's on here is command.com and then a mouse driver. So all I can do is really kind of poke around and show you the quality of the screen, which this particular model is not backlit or front lit. It kind of really looks like a Game Boy screen, very similar style and look to it with the green screen. But overall, it's very readable as long as you've got enough decent lighting. Now, I cannot stress enough, I am really excited to have this thing. This is a computer I've wanted for a long time, so I will be happy to add this to my growing collection of portable oddities. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.